This is MSLB, Mark Sterling Loves Boxing here, and we have a jam-packed bad boy for life, heavy boxing schedule from now to the end of the year. So I'm going to let you know what fights to look out for. Starting with tomorrow night, Triple G, Gennady Golovkin fight, let's get his name right, Derevyanchenko for the vacant IBF middleweight championship. As you may know, Golovkin lost to Canelo last year, he lost his belts. Canelo's been stripped as he's going up in weight, so this is for the vacant IBF title. Golovkin can get his belt back. So if you're outside the UK, you can get that on the DAZN app. If you're in the UK, on Sky Sports Action channel 407. The following Saturday, Alexander Usyk makes his first fight at heavyweight against someone called Spong. I don't know Spong, but we know Usyk is someone to look out for. He was the unified cruiserweight champion and goes down by many as one of the best cruiserweight champions ever, alongside Evander Holyfield. And on the same bill, I believe, on the same night, Bivol fights Castillo. I don't know Castillo. If you know him, let me know if that's a good fight for Bivol or not. Next Friday, Gvozdyk fights Bertibiev on the 18th of October. Okay, that's for the WBC and IBF belts. That will be on ESPN in America, and I believe in the UK, BT Sports. And then a very, very competitive match. Prograis from America versus Josh Taylor in the UK at the O2 Arena. That's going to be on Saturday, the 26th of October. I was going to go to this fight, but I'll watch it on Sky instead. I believe, or it was initially a box office pay-per-view fight on Sky Sports if you're in the UK, because they have a big bill. They have a big list of fighters on there. Derek Chisora fighting Josh Taylor. Derek Chisora fighting Joseph Parker. Yeah, was on the undercard. However, you may or may not know, Joe Parker pulled out this week, about 3 days ago, with a bite from a spider. So Joe Parker turns to Peter Parker and goes into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you get that, I'm just playing. But Derek Chisora is now looking for an opponent. So we're not sure if Chisora is gonna fight on that bill or maybe have his own fight on another card somewhere. And if Chisora is off that bill, then is this fight still pay-per-view? I'm not sure. But if you're outside the UK, Prograis versus Taylor will be on DAZN. And it's for the WBA and IBF belts. Ramirez holds the WBC and WBO belt because he beat Morris Hooker a few months ago. So the winner of this fight fights Ramirez for undisputed, hopefully after. Let's move on. And then the biggest star in boxing. Well, there's two big stars, but this is one of them. His name is Canelo, Saul Canelo Alvarez. The biggest attraction in sport, a Mexican fighter, big superstar, commands between 20 to 40 million per fight. He's going up against the Crusher Kovalev. So both fighters have great resumes. Canelo at middleweight, but he's going up 2 weight classes to light heavyweight to fight Kovalev. Canelo has victories over Ezra Lara, Austin Trout, recently Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, and this year Daniel Jacobs, Liam Smith, to name a few. Kovalev has victories over Bernard Hopkins, Jean Pascal, Nathan Cleverly. He was knocked out by Alvarez last year, I believe, and he avenged that defeat on points this year. And also a few weeks ago, he came from behind. Well, I won't say came from behind, but he nearly got stopped by Britain's Anthony Yarde in the 8th round, and he came back and knocked out Yarde in the 11th round. A lot of us in the industry feel that Kovalev is on the slide. However, still a very competitive fight. He's a very hard puncher, and Canelo is going up to his weight class. So let's see how Canelo can deal with that. That fight's going to be on DAZN if you're outside the UK, and I believe will be on Sky Sports because DAZN and Sky Sports work together. So that's Saturday, the 2nd of November. Canelo vs Kovalev, big fight. Could be historic. Alright? And a few days later, on Thursday, the 7th of November, superstar from Japan, the monster, Naoya Inoue fights veteran Nonito Donaire, the Filipino Flash. That's on a Thursday, the 7th of November in Japan. This fight here is for the WBA and IBF championships belts, and it's also for the World Boxing Super Series final tournament for the Muhammad Ali belt. So big fight. I'm excited about that. As you know, on this channel here, we're covering all of Inoue's fights. I didn't cover one last week, but I'm going to start covering 3 fights a week. So I want to get all of his fights done ahead, all of his career fights done ahead of his fight against Donaire. So look out for Inoue. Could be a superstar. Best puncher in boxing right now. Alright, and then the same week, 2 days later, KSI versus Logan Paul. So these are two internet entrepreneurs having a rematch and having their first professional boxing match. On the undercard, that's going to be in LA at the Staples Center. On the undercard, Billy Joe Saunders is fighting a to be confirmed opponent, and American prospect Devin Haney also fighting a to be confirmed opponent. They need to get these opponents quickly because they need to prep for them. Remember AJ got Ruiz last minute. Remember what happened there? So as I covered on a video earlier this week, you know, KSI versus Logan Paul getting a lot of slack. However, they bring a lot of interest, revenue, media hype, and coverage to boxing. I'll give you an example. Their last fight, to my research, made 700,000 pay-per-view buys. But I looked again today and it said 1.3 million. So let's weight it up. Last week, Errol Spence fought Sean Porter. Did I get the name? Yeah. Errol Spence fought Porter. They did 350,000 pay-per-view buys. Yeah. Compare that to Logan Paul and KSI, 1.3 million. Manny Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman a few days ago, and Manny Pacquiao's a superstar in boxing, although he's 40 and fading. He did 500,000 buys. So these guys, they have such a huge following outside of boxing, and they're bringing this following into boxing potentially. And we're going to get, you know, Billy Joe Saunders and Devin Haney on the undercard, and if they can shine, they can get some of that following and bring those fans into boxing so we can grow this sport. Okay, so that fight is on November 9th. Then November the 23rd, Callum Smith, who won the WBSS tournament last year, fights John Ryder for the WBA super middleweight tournament. Sorry, for the WBA super middleweight title, and David Price is fighting on the undercard. We don't know who he's fighting yet. November the 23rd, one of my favorite fighters ever, Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer, is fighting Sakio Bika. Nigel Benn has been out the ring for about 23 years, 55 now, too old, shouldn't be fighting. However, he's going to fight, we can't stop him. So if you're interested, look out for that. It's not going to be on Sky Sports. I think it's going to be on a pay-per-view format called Epicenter. So do a bit of research. If I find out, I'll let you know. The same night we have Deontay Wilder, his rematch against Luis Ortiz. So the Browns bomber, Deontay Wilder, fights Luis King Kong Ortiz for the WBC heavyweight title. The heavyweight division is hot right now. Tyson Fury just fought a few weeks ago. He had a massive cut against, what's the guy's name? Against Wallin, but he won. AJ lost to Ruiz back in June. So yeah, we need to keep an eye on the heavyweights and see who's going to be the undisputed, the number one at the top of the pack when it's all said and done. And then December the 7th to end the year, the big one, the rematch, heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz fighting Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, the other big superstar in boxing who commands big money between 20 to 40 million per fight, and does normally over 1 million pay-per-view buys. So that will be also once again on DAZN if you're outside the UK, and Sky Sports if you're in the UK. Rumour has it that Dillian White will be on the undercard. I'm not sure against who. So yeah, big fight to end the year. What do you think? Have I missed any fights? Which one are you looking forward to most? Is it the Inoue fight against Donaire, or is it Prograis Taylor, or is it Deontay Wilder Ortiz, or AJ Ruiz? Let me know. This is MSLB. I'm out of here. Have a good weekend. Bless you all. Take care. Bye bye.